Hi, I'm Strength and Conditioning Specialist Mike Mejia, and welcome to another installment of Splash Magazine's Conditioning Corner, where this time around, fresh off another exciting Olympic Games, we're going to be taking a look at the types of things that you need to do to take your swimming results to the next level. Now, from a dryland standpoint, this involves a variety of things. Some of the things you'll want to focus on are improving your mobility, learning how to control your own body weight, as well as focusing on exercises that do as much to prevent injury as they do to increase performance. We also want you to keep your mind open to a variety of different training options and not just make everything about the weight room all the time. So we've got some really interesting drills to show you here, so let's go ahead and take a look at those right now.
Here's a progression that will help you get ready to do a very challenging bodyweight drill known as the Starfish push-up. Here we begin with a basic windmill, set in a push-up position holding a neutral spine, and then rolling out onto the sides of the feet, keeping the core engaged, packing the shoulders tightly, and forming a nice vertical line through the ground with both arms. As you'll notice, the hips are held high and there's a lot of core involvement here. The next step in the progression is to do the Starfish position by maintaining the same distance between the feet when you're in the elevated position as they have on the ground. Again, trying to maintain a nice neutral spine position. Very difficult drill in terms of balance as well as strength through the hips and the core. Just going to rotate out, try to maintain that same distance between the feet, keeping that core engaged at all times. As you see, balance is an issue. Stick with it and make sure that you're really trying to drive the arm down into the ground and keep the shoulders packed tightly. Finally, if you have the strength and the ability, throw a push-up in to the mix by adding the push-up in with a neutral spine and then once again rolling out, maintaining the same distance between the feet and keeping the core engaged. Next up comes a very challenging mobility progression. Beginning in a push-up position, start with the Spider-Man drill, where you bring one leg around and drop into the back hip. Once the Spider-Man is completed, you're going to ground the hand and ground the knee to go into a thoracic extension and then finally up into a hamstring stretch. Switching sides, we'll take a closer look. Go into your Spider-Man stretch and dip the hips, then ground the knee, ground the hand, push into that left leg to help stretch the groin on the left side, and then open up into a thoracic rotation and then up into a hamstring stretch. As you can see, there's an awful lot going around here. We'll stretch the front of the hips and the groin on the Spider-Man, get a deeper groin stretch by pushing on this right leg as we open up into that thoracic extension, and then finally reposition the hands and go up into a hamstring and calf stretch on that front leg. Very challenging mobility drill, so work slowly on this one. Don't worry if you can't get all the components down right away. At least begin with a Spider-Man. Try to go as far as you can on the thoracic rotation, and those of you with tight hamstrings, just be careful on the hamstring stretch. Here's a great drill to help strengthen the upper back and protect against shoulder injuries. Begin lying prone on a bench with a pair of light dumbbells in your hand. To start the motion, you're going to pinch the shoulder blades together or retract the shoulders, and then keeping a soft elbow, come up into a reverse fly position. What you want to focus on here is not bringing the weights up with the hands, but really think about using the upper back to bring your shoulder blades together as you lift those weights up and out to the side. A nice shrugging movement with the shoulder blades and then smooth on the way up on the reverse fly. Make sure you're not using any momentum and throwing your hands upward. Pause at the top position and then lower under control. This next drill offers a great way to target the powerful hip extensors as well as the lower back. Begin by positioning a resistance band underneath the soles of your feet. Grab onto its sides and stand up. Next, maintaining a slight bend in your knees, hinge at the hips as you drive your glutes back while you let your chest come forward over your knees. Notice a nice flat back position that's being maintained by keeping the shoulder blades held together. You want to really drive through the heels and just hinge at the hips to help work the glutes, the hamstrings, and the spinal erectors, the lower back as a unit. Our final drill will show you the proper form for how to do the Turkish Getup, a very non-traditional strengthening drill that has a lot of application for a variety of sports, including swimming. It takes a combination of excellent mobility, lower body strength, core strength, stability through the shoulder girdle, balance, coordination, you name it, pretty much the whole 9 yards here. Now, demonstrating the drill without any weight because we want to make sure that you can master the form without weight first before moving on to a dumbbell or better yet, a kettlebell held in your hands. As you can see here, it's a stepwise progression, and you're basically going to reverse the same steps going down. Begin by lying on your back with one arm extended and that same leg bent 90 degrees. Sit up diagonally and then get up onto that arm as well as extending the hips. Pull the back leg through and then keeping that vertical arm, drive up and through off of that right leg.
Alright, so as you can see, we featured some pretty non-traditional types of drills there. And hopefully they're the types of things that you're going to be able to integrate into your existing dryland program to help improve your results. That does it for this installment of the Conditioning Corner. Make sure to keep your eyes out for the next one, where I'll show you more great dryland training tips. I'll see you next time.